Su Ming bound, Genshin Impact's Encyclopedia system, to make an initial inventory of Genshin Impact's 10 most beautiful imperial sisters. That woman. Breast mole, armpit orchid. I have taken note of this grudge. Eating melon seeds, true lord, 8 divine sons. One by one, the famous stems of Genshin Impact's imperial sister are constantly displayed in the heavens and the world, which shocked countless people. Mori Kogoro. That woman's glasses are so charming. Maitreya Master. Hello rich woman, can you give birth to a child for me? Sanji. Eurasan. Shen Hejiang. Crayon Shin. Qin Sister PP is quite big. After the announcement of the second place, everyone was confused. Is there anything more beautiful and ridiculous than the eightfold divine son? Shenzi was furious and said, "It's impossible. I lost to a rural girl." This book is also called, Counting My Wives in Genshin Impact, the Eight Heavens Son of God. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. The first chapter makes an inventory of the world, the stems of Genshin Impact's imperial sisters. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wow! What a big bird! Ah, it's that woman. Bold. Which woman? I have a name and a surname, and I am the true ruler who borrowed the wind from Lu Yun. Renting the house. On the computer screen, female characters from Tibet continent kept flashing through. There is a gentle and slightly aloof wealthy woman. Lord Ningguang. There is a dandelion wind that always guards Mond. Captain Qin. Eula, the wave knight with sinful bloodline. Xian Yun, the woman who has recently launched the Genshin Impact world, etc. Summing looked at the video edited on the computer and was extremely satisfied. Since that woman went online, he is bound to the Genshin Impact Encyclopedia system. He can edit Genshin Impact Terrier into a video. By setting up a canopy in the heavens and realms for exposure, we aim to gain audience astonishment. Although the characters in the video die together, they will still receive rewards for being on the list. And Su Ming, you can use the astonishment value to exchange for system rewards, rewards from those on the list. They can all be applied in real life. All heavens and all realms, with vast plains as vast as the sea, countless. And the video he edited surprisingly caught the attention of the heavens and made the world glare at him. How impressive! Su Ming has found a way to create value. Since we want to expose the stem of Genshin Impact to the heavens, we have to make a video that must be watched by a strong man. He came up with a good idea, to bind these memes with Yu Jie. That woman. Breast mole, armpit orchid. I have taken note of this grudge. Cooking lady, homestead girl. Eating melon seeds, true lord, 8 divine sons. In an instant. Various ideas kept emerging like waves, and a smile couldn't help but appear at the corner of my mouth. He loves these Genshin Impact characters. So in the first video, Su Ming decided to post the meme of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in Tibet continent. Since the person on the list has a reward, of course it's for the female character he likes. Everyone has a favorite character in their heart. In Su Ming's heart, of course there is also. So, he ranked these memes according to his own preferences. Looking at the video he edited, Su Ming felt very satisfied. This is the video that a strong man should watch. Genshin Impact, Super Loser. Who said that it was Yuan P who played with Genshin Impact? Who said it was a fat house to play with Genshin Impact? Who said it was crazy to play with Genshin Impact? Once this video is released, it will definitely give a small shock of billions of points to the heavens and all worlds. Excited, Su Ming wrote the final title. The dandelion that brushes over the mountains is a heavy burden carried by rocks. It's the fine spring rain after the awakening of insects, it's a clear spring in the desert, it is a flat boat amidst towering waves, it is freedom, responsibility, and warmth. It is pure love, an unparalleled human empathy. List the memes of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in Tibet continent. Also known as counting the top 10 ladies and wives of readers and handsome men. After the title is written in a dazzling manner. Su Ming was extremely excited, and immediately activated the projection function of the system. He couldn't wait to share it with friends from all over the world. The next moment, his figure became illusory like smoke. This is the protection of the meme encyclopedia system for him. No one can harm Su Ming when publishing videos. There is no one or God who can be traced back. Once someone wants to query Su Ming's power, they will be directly backfired. In an instant. Above all the heavens and realms. Su Ming's huge figure, emitting a brilliant golden light and full of immortal aura, suddenly appeared. He exuded a mysterious radiance on his body, shining immensely. Even if the Buddha is here, compared to the virtual shadow of Su Ming, it is pale, like the light of fireflies. In an instant, the divine radiance of Su Ming shines into the heavens and all realms. His phantom descended like a miracle. At this moment, in all time and space, on all planes, there stands an infinitely tall mysterious phantom. He radiates eternal golden light, making it impossible for everyone to look directly at him and hold a revered heart. The heavens and all realms, because of the mysterious figure at a height of 10,000 meters, are boiling intense. Quick, fast, look. What is that? What's so much fuss? The sun in the sky. Have you ever seen such a sunny day? It was raining just now. Sleeping trough, it's a day. What a big day. A series of surprised and shocked voices, one after another incredible voices, exclaimed in surprise from all the heavens and worlds. Genshin Impact World. On the beach outside Mon City. The salty sea breeze blew the gravel and patted the face of a mysterious young man. Wow, the traveler named Kong is communicating with the emergency food Parman. So, the unfamiliar deity took away my sister. I was also sealed by the gods and lost my original strength. Parman listened attentively. Upon learning that the traveler was going to find her sister, she immediately pinched her waist and confidently wanted to be the master's guide. Hearing the affirmative voice of Paimang sweet Noa Noa. The traveler is very happy. On a lonely journey, it seems good to have emergency food to accompany you. At this moment. Buzz, buzz, a crisp buzzing sound comes from the sky. Instantly caught the attention of travelers Kong and Paimon. They looked up in astonishment. Above the sky, a huge figure caught their eye. Make them tremble and be terrified. Note. This video ranks as the idealistic viewpoint of the dog author. If you like it, please bookmark and comment more. If you don't like it, please use money to kill the dog author. P.S. The new book sets sail, the author is starving to death, kneeling for flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Breaking through and updating. Chapter 2 The Shock of the Genshin Impact World, Thunder Movie Panic. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Genshin Impact World. Travelers and emergency food. Looking at the sky in terror, in the moment they met him, their pupils dilated sharply, their faces filled with shock and disbelief, and their hearts were filled with immense shock. Ah! What is that? Are the gods trying to eliminate it? Kong is trembling all over. Damn it! Too powerful. If my strength is still there. I'm not a match either. My sister hasn't been found yet, how can I die here? The traveler drew his sword in anger, his eyes turning red. Looking at the powerful phantom above the 9 heavens with hatred, yet helpless. Within the city of Mond. Office of the Qin troop leader. The piano captain and Lisa are having a discussion. Why did the former Four Winds Guardian attack Mond City? I will investigate thoroughly. At this moment, above the sky, a strong wind blew and a mysterious phantom shrouded Mon's sky. Dong dong dong. A loud knock on the door rang out. Captain Qin. Ningbing crossing the sea. True Lord Kaya rushed in panic. Not good. A supernatural phenomenon appeared in the sky. A supernatural phenomenon. Pushing people to the sea. True Lord Qin was startled in his heart. Could it be that the wind demon dragon had attacked? Even Lisa, who was calmly fishing, sensed the powerful aura outside and furrowed her brows. At this point, Ignite the Light, really June, and Bai also rushed in panic to report. When she was patrolling, she also noticed something strange in the sky. Everyone walked out in fear, all looking up at the sky in shock, admiring the existence that seemed like a deity. The West Wind Knights outside the door were all staring blankly at the sky, their legs trembling with fear from the powerful and mysterious phantom, unable to speak for a long time. Mond. Shenzi Winery. Mr. Dialek, the E.Key Triple Real Lord, is inspecting the goods being shipped to Liyue. Wendy, who came to drink, was playing the piano and reciting poetry with great effort, just to exchange for 2 glasses of apple cider. Dialek was speechless and instructed the butler to pick up a bottle of wine and invite the singer out, so as not to interfere with his inspection of the goods. Bard Wendy, happy like a child, vigorously praises Mr. Dialek with poetry. Suddenly, a huge terror descended from the sky. Wendy's smile froze. What happened to this force that was countless times stronger than him? Dialek was also surprised in his heart. What's wrong? Did the wind demon dragon get angry? Liyue. Shisheng Hall. The 77th generation hall leader, Walnut, is complaining to Zhongli with a priceless bill. Zhong like Qin, can you change the habit of not bringing a mora when going out? And your bill, why do you always send it to the living room? Emperor Black Powder Head, Zhongli, dressed in black and gold-striped clothing, had an elegant and composed demeanor, calmly sipped tea, and remained calm and composed. Come on, master, please sit down and drink tea first. Next time I treat you, let the young master pay. Walnut nodded happily and sat down satisfied. At this moment, a huge phantom appeared over the sky of Liyue. That radiance, even more brilliant than the sun, dyed the horizon golden. Zhongli and Hu Tao were both shocked in their hearts. What's wrong, is it a heavenly punishment? Rice wife. Tian Shou Gu. General Thunderbolt sat among them, his back sharp and chilling. The dark purple fried dough twists braid hangs behind you, and the tear mole in the right corner of the eye is eye-catching. She wore a black and gold shoulder armor on her left shoulder, and a purple kimono with gentian flowers tattooed on it. Iceberg Beauty. Suddenly, a huge figure appeared in the sky above Inami's wife. At the next moment, General Thunderbolt suddenly opened his eyes. A thunderous roar. Outside the Tianshou Pavilion, countless thunderbolts suddenly exploded in the sky. But that powerful phantom, unaffected by any influence, instead annihilated all the thunder light. So General Thunderbolt closed his eyes. Next second, Lei movie will be launched. She looked up at the sky. That phantom, shining brightly, crushing the entire Rice wife. A movie as strong as thunder, unable to be viewed directly. She knew she was invincible, with a worried expression on her face and a heavy heart. It is a variable that transcends natural principles. I cannot be enemies with it. Shumi. Jingshan Palace. Here is the grass god Naxida, imprisoned by the wise in the name of protection. She has never left the Jingshan Palace and has never appeared in public. She constantly learns various knowledge in order to grow faster into a qualified deity and guide the people. Now she is admiring the colorful scenery of the world in her dream. Suddenly, a huge terror descended from above Sumeru, waking Naxida from her dream. The wise were frightened and trembled, and the position of the phantom in the sky was in the center of the pure good palace. Can't it be a heavenly punishment? Punish them for imprisoning Naxita. So, they slowly approached with trembling fear in their hearts. And the grass god Naxita is very calm. Is it the guidance of the great compassion tree king? Thinking of this, Naxita's eyes lit up and she obediently sat up, waiting for the miracle to descend. P.S. The new book sets sail, the author is starving to death, kneeling for flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Breaking through and updating. Chapter 3. The terrifying Water Dragon King, whose influence spreads across all realms. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fengdan. The Aficular Theater. Funina sat upright in a high position. She, who usually likes to watch farces in opera houses, seems a bit bored today. She lit a photo and muttered. So boring. Sitting across from him, Novelette looked serious. Ms. Funina, please do not laugh or play in court. The trial is not over yet. Suddenly, an invisible fear fell, causing Novelette to break out in a cold sweat. At this moment, everyone was scared to the ground, even Funina was no exception. Only Novelette looked up at the sky outside the opera house, facing the phantom shimmering with golden light. After a brief exploration, he was shocked to find that he couldn't pry a single inch. He attempted to communicate with the phantom with his thoughts, not only unable to approach, but also ruthlessly rejected. This made Villette's face extremely shocked and shocked. Has the end of Fengdan come? At the same time. The rest of the Genshin Impact world. The same phantom appeared in places such as Shifeng Cathedral, Liyue Port, Wangshu Inn, Qingce Village, and so on. It's exactly Su Ming's masterpiece. The mysterious phantom appearing in the sky, emitting golden light, makes everyone tremble with fear and confusion. Not only the Genshin Impact world, but also the other heaven and world, also appeared Su Ming's shadow. Let the heavens and all realms boil directly, causing a huge uproar. Hokage world. Hui Bisho is teaching Naruto Vortex how to control chakra. Suddenly discovered, a sleazy guy is doing very, very bad things. This guy has a red figure, with silver hair hanging down and a scroll pinned to his waist. Hui Bisho went to teach the voyeur a lesson, but ended up kicking him on an iron plate and being taught a lesson by Zilai. Flash sale. Naruto uses the ultimate skill of millennium killing, but cannot awaken Ebisu. There's no way, Naruto has no choice but to entangle Jiraiya. Just as Naruto was pestering Zilai and demanding his guidance. The sky was filled with strange images, and an endless and terrifying pressure fell, making Naruto tremble with fear. I woke up Hui Bisho and fainted again. Zilai also directly activated the immortal mode, summoning Toad Wentai. Even so, he was scared and scared. One Piece world. The Sunny is sailing at sea. Sanji has brewed tea and is ready to deliver it to Nami and Robin. As a result, Brook took the lead in the fight between the two. A golden light suddenly appeared in the sky, and the sea was raging with strong winds, which scared Joba to loudly remind Nami of the danger. Nami thought it was Sanji and Brook who caused trouble, so she directly released Lei Yun and chopped off the lecherous brothers inside and outside. However, the anomaly outside the ship did not stop, but rather became even more terrifying. The closer the phantom of the Sunny approached the sky, the more profound the terror became. Luffy and others finally realized that the weather was about to change. The people of the pirate world are all vigilant and looking up at the sky. Even the world's governments have gathered to respond to unknown dangers at any time. Dragon Ball World. The Turtle Fairy, wearing a loose beach pants and a trendy floral shirt, lay on a lounge chair. He was leisurely basking in the sun, watching a comic book, supervising his disciples Wukong and Kellen in their demon training. Just as Goku and Klin were engaged in a battle. A huge phantom suddenly appeared in the sky, which scared the Turtle Fairy and made her eyeballs stretch out. Has the great demon King Bick come out? Klin was even more frightened and trembling on the ground. I thought some powerful enemy had appeared. Only dogs are empty. Not at all panicked, and with a look of anticipation. Wow. I really want to fight him. Detective Conan World. Maori Detective Office. Mori Kogoro crossed his legs and pretended to be watching the horse race, but in fact, he had already hidden the birthday gift he gave to Empress Dowager. In order to suppress his desires, he pretended to be very indifferent to Fei Yingli and pretended not to want to talk to him. This made Fei Yingli very unhappy. Another person who is equally unhappy is Muri Lan. Her mother finally came once. Why did her father look like this? Seeing the atmosphere awkward, Conan, a primary school student from Death God, suggested. Sister Xiaolan, I'm hungry. Let's go to eat Lamian noodles together. Without waiting for Xiaolan's reply, a sudden stream of light appeared in the sky, attracting the four of them to look over. Conan felt a huge sense of oppression, even stronger than the pressure from all the members of the Black Organization combined. Conan felt trembling all over and his spine was cold. It felt as if the Jinn had pressed down on his mouth and said in his ear with a grim expression. Long time no see, Shinichi Kudo. No, is it called Adagawa Conan now? This feeling is as terrifying as the Black Organization not only recognizing his identity, but also killing Xiaolan. P.S. The new book sets sail, the author is starving to death, kneeling for flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Breaking through and updating. Chapter 4. Shocking of all heavens and all realms, the heavenly curtain appears. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Inuyasha World. The flower monk Maitreya, with a handsome appearance and broken black hair, held a wand to dispel demons and set his sights on Ali's four-soul jade. So he let Xiaoba entangle Inuyasha. Riding his bicycle, he took Ali away. He was a person from the Warring States period, leisurely riding a bicycle. For the first time riding, not only can I ride a bicycle, but I can also carry people, not only can I carry people, but I can also brake. Just as Ali angrily got off the car, a huge terror suddenly fell from the sky. Let Inuyasha, Maitreya Mage, and Ali gather together and watch the sky with vigilance. Did some big demon appear? This terrifying force is not something we can handle. Inuyasha, why don't we run? Crayon Little New World. Noera Shinosuke is watching TV, with his back to his mother, imitating the movements of a dynamic superhero. Mom Maya was speechless, looking at Xiaoxin's messy hair and directly ordering him to get a haircut. But Xiaoxin was so engrossed in watching TV that Hao refused without hesitation. I'm not in the mood today, don't go. This makes Maya very angry. You're not allowed to do it. You go quickly. Really, my hair is growing in a mess. Maya raised her fist in anger and suddenly heard the frightened cries of the little white outside. Woo woof. At the same time, both of them felt a huge terror descending. Coincidentally, Dad Guangji also came back and carried Xiaobai into the room, trembling and hesitant to speak for a long time. Maya and Xiaoxin both thought it was an earthquake and immediately ran to the yard to find an open place to take refuge. As a result, they saw a strange image in the sky, a huge figure resembling a deity, glaring down at all beings. Scared, Xiao Xian wet his pants on the spot. City Hunter World. Suoyu Liao held a sniper rifle seriously. Use a sniper scope to aim at the target in the opposite building. It's a little girl doing aerobics. A seductive aerobic dance. At the reminder of Komura, Ryuya Ryuki reluctantly aimed towards his true goal. And one shot shattered the target, a national treasure level sword complete the commission. Just as Tsukimura was preparing to retreat and Tsuchiyuki was preparing to continue watching the little sister dance. The sky suddenly underwent a mutation, and the immense terror made Ryu Liao tremble with fear. Accompanied by the appearance of Su Ming's virtual shadow, the face of Suyu Liao changed greatly. Sleeping slot. I'll just sneak a peek at Miss Dancing and not be struck to death by lightning, right? Pokémon World. Xiaoji and his team arrived at Shallow Blue City. I happened to meet a theft case and was taken as a suspect by the police, Miss Junsha. Are you two from out of town? I heard that thieves who have done bad things will return to the crime scene, so you are very suspicious. Just as Junsha was preparing to arrest Xiao Ji and Xiao Gang, the two revealed their identities and resolved the misunderstanding. Xiao Jiang saw the beautiful Miss Junsha and couldn't help but ask for a date invitation. It's our first time meeting. Can I treat you to a cup of tea? I have many questions to ask. But she was ruthlessly rejected by Miss Junsa. At this moment, a terrifying sense of oppression descended from the sky. The onlookers immediately scattered and fled, leaving only Xiao Ji, Xiao Gang, and Jun Sha, trembling as they looked up at the sky. Scared by that incredibly mysterious and huge phantom, my palms were sweating and my spine was cold. Pikachu even crawled into Xiao Ji's arms, his fur all standing up. More and more worlds are beginning to see the mysterious phantom of Su Ming, which fills all living beings with fear. With the help of Genshin Impact Encyclopedia system, the world is silent. Only in the sky of all worlds, Su Ming's golden figure slowly stretches out. He moved slowly, instantly causing countless viewers to be shocked and panicked. They don't even know what he's going to do. The heavens and all realms feel this endless fear, thinking that the end has come. Everyone is ready to die. But next second, the ethereal shadow of Su Ming's majestic shore slowly transformed into a canopy, obscuring half of the sky and illuminating all the heavens with auspicious light. Because the inventory is about to start. At the same time, on the sky, 2 lines of words full of divine power appeared. Inventory: the memes of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in the Tibet continent. Anyone on the list will receive a reward. These 2 lines of text light up immediately. The heavens and all worlds, the audience of all worlds, are all in awe. The 2 lines of text inherently carry the divine power of the system, crushing the existence of the gods and Buddhas in the heavens, which makes countless viewers look shocked and their hearts ripple. But when they saw these 2 lines clearly, they all felt relieved. And become incredibly excited. What does this mean? Tibet continent. Where is it? Inventory: the memes of the imperial sisters. It's not the end of the world, it's universal celebration. When people see these 2 lines clearly, the heavens and all realms boil again. The first restless one, of course, is the continent of Tibet. P.S. The new book sets sail, the author is starving to death, kneeling for flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Breaking through and updating. Chapter 5. The reputation of the Wind God, honest people. Zhong. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Genshin Impact World. The beach outside Mon City. The traveler lowered the long sword in his hand and panted heavily. It's not natural, it's not the pursuit of gods. He brushed away the sweat from his forehead, his legs and feet softened, and he sat slumped on the beach. Paimon was also frightened and landed on the traveler's shoulder. I'm scared to death. It turns out to be a meme for counting the top 10 most beautiful ladies in the Tibet continent. I know now, traveler. It must be the evil taste of a certain deity among the 7 gods. Anyway, it's still early, let's go to Mond. While watching, Empty nodded and agreed. Perhaps this is the guidance of the gods, my sister Ing, perhaps hidden in these inventory clues. On the canopy. List the memes of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in Tibet continent. All those who make it to the list will receive rewards. These 2 lines of characters appeared in the Tibet continent. The whole Genshin Impact world is shocked. Everyone was nervously staring at the sky, their hearts surging. One is the shocking appearance of the sky curtain. That extreme sense of oppression can be achieved to this extent. Without a doubt, it's either the 7 gods or the heavenly principles above them. The second is to shock the upcoming inventory. The meme of the top 10 most beautiful ladies. If we really want to take inventory of this, I won't be tired anymore. Mond. The entire Westwind Knights are still in shock. Pushing people down to the sea, True Lord Qin led the crowd, cautiously looking at the sky. A serious chill appeared in her eyes, and her whole body emitted terrifying wind energy fluctuations. The entire Westwind Knights were plunged into fear, and upon receiving some kind of command, they all took out their weapons and looked up at the sky in terror. Lisa frowned and felt that this matter was not simple. What's wrong, Qin? Do you think it's a conspiracy of the Abyss cult? No. Lisa, did you say I would be on the list? Qin restrained his fighting spirit all over, his face unable to conceal the excitement in his eyes. You should know that every girl is very confident in her appearance. Not to mention being a piano captain who combines beauty and temperament. Lisa looked at the piano, which was still a child in her heart, gently covered her mouth and said in a determined tone. I think you will definitely make it on the list. The true Lord of Ice crossing the sea, Kaya stood her long sword on the ground and tilted her head, saying. Qin team leader, professional parenting for N years, with a lot of memes, it's hard not to make it on the list. Ignite and light up, true gentleman, Amber pinched his waist and glared at Kaya. Kaya, how can you describe the piano captain like that? There must be a limit when joking. Fortunately, the Qin waved its hand and didn't pay so much attention. Everyone relax and see if I, as a dandelion knight, can make it to the list. The West Wind Knights behind her immediately relaxed and lowered their guard. One by one, with curiosity, they looked towards the sky. Look at their respected piano captain, can they make it to the list? Pooh. The head of the piano team must be on the list. We're just looking at where she ranks. Mond. Shenzi Winery. Wendy sighed in her heart when she saw the words in the sky, saying, don't do anything serious. When did Tianli become so good at playing? What are the memes of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in Taiwan continent? I can't figure out what's good about this. He quickly took a sip of apple cider to suppress his shock. After seeing the words in the sky, Mr. Dialek couldn't help but show a speechless expression. He couldn't help but murmur. Hey! It must be the wind god Batos, who's not doing anything serious anymore. Puff. After Wendy heard this, she sprayed out a mouthful of old wine. Ah! I didn't do anything. Although this sentence is not wrong, this time, it's really not his godly pot. Seeing Wendy's abnormal behavior, Dialek looked at him with a skeptical gaze. What, do you know anything? Wendy waved her hands repeatedly and quickly took another sip of her wine. Dialek looked at Wendy's unreliable appearance and felt that he couldn't stir up any trouble. He felt that this had nothing to do with his singing. So Dialek hugged his shoulders and looked at the sky. Another roast. Although Mond is a free kingdom, are you too free, Lord Wind? I can't stand the evil taste of the gods. Poo-poo. Wendy's wine sprayed out again, and his reputation as the wind god Batos has been tarnished. He looked at the sky innocently and now he is very concerned. Who is going to list the jokes of the Tivot sisters, and whose bad taste is it? Liyue. Shisheng Hall. The 77th generation hall leader, Hu Tao, was frightened by the pressure from the sky and turned pale, with a hint of shock appearing on his pretty face. Zhong was also suppressed with a tense expression and an immense fear in his heart. For a moment, the entire Hall of Rebirth could not even hear the sound of panting. It wasn't until they saw the text on the sky that they both breathed a sigh of relief. Although the pressure from the sky is still there, upon closer examination, it should not be a disaster. So, Zhong calmly continued to drink tea. And Walnuts also became interested. Zhong like Qing, who do you think will be on the list? Do you have a chance, Master? What rewards will there be if the head of this hall makes it to the list? Can we just become bigger and stronger in our ancestral hall? Zhong calmly blew the teacup and shook his head. Although the abbot has some jokes, based on his appearance and personality, he should not be considered a senior sister. Hu Tao stomped his feet in frustration and gave Zhongli a white glance. Our sect leader cannot make it to the list. Can Zhong like Qing make it to the list? Cut it. Zhongli shook his head helplessly and said something after drinking tea. Interesting. P.S. The new book sets sail, the author is starving to death, kneeling for flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Breaking through and updating. Chapter 6. Thunder Movie Clearance. Water Dragon King injured. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Rice Wife. The Lei movie is still speculating about the gods in the sky. This uncontrollable terror, even the terror that cannot be communicated with, far surpasses the demon god. Far beyond the limits of heaven. It is the only existence that makes Lei movies feel hopeless. In this situation, Lei movies had to choose to pass. We can't stay at home anymore, we can't stay at home anymore. Lei movies directly found the eightfold divine son of the shattered fox. Ask her what's going on. At the moment when Ba Chong Shenzi saw Lei's movie, he almost dropped his chin and couldn't help but tremble all over. A homestead girl who has been staying here for hundreds of years, has unexpectedly left her pure land with all her heart. A flash of lightning flashed in the movie's eyes, and a thunderstorm sounded. The howling breeze lifted the pink long hair of the 8 heavenly gods. The red and white witch costume was blown to the sound of hunting. At this moment, the eightfold divine son is in a state of panic. Did I find out about spreading the general's black materials? The fox frowned slightly, unsure of what his old friend would do to him. But when Lei's movie came straight to the point, asking her to communicate with the gods in the sky and ask what was going on, the 8 heavenly gods were confused. You ask me, I also want to ask you, what's going on? When the eightfold divine son was about to spread out his palm and lay it apart, the sky's shadow turned into a canopy, and 2 lines of text appeared. Counting the memes of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in Taiwan continent, are there rewards for those who make it to the list. After finishing reciting the eightfold divine son, she became excited. Who else could be more grandiose and witty than her? My old friend, this is a blessing from the gods. Now my wife is saved. As long as I make it to the list, I can receive rewards. The rewards from the gods must be incredibly powerful. Lei watched the sky expressionlessly, unsure of what he was thinking. Yechong Shenzi raised his eyebrows slightly and confidently said. Don't worry, if I can make it on the list, I will definitely help you fulfill your long-standing wish and forge a truly eternal and unchanging country. Lei's movie didn't speak, and Mu Mu nodded. Bakong Shenzi held his jade arm and raised a slightly cunning lip curve at the corner of his mouth. Shadow, I actually wanted to tell you a long time ago that an eternal and unchanging kingdom does not mean complete stillness. Also, if we don't say goodbye or meet again, our relationship will remain the same as before. It's really your way of doing things. Believe me, I will bring you back to the right track, and you don't have to hide in the Pure Land anymore. Lei movie still looked at the sky expressionlessly and said a cold sentence. Thank you. P.S. Everyone, kneel down and beg for a free gift. The author is so poor that he can't afford to eat. Chapter 5. Nervous academic waste, Water Dragon King injured. Genshin Impact World. Shumi. Jingshan Palace. The grass god Naxita thought it was the guidance of the great compassionate tree king and obediently waited for the divine oracle to appear, but surprisingly, what appeared was. List the memes of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in Tibet continent. All those who make it to the list will receive rewards. Naxita, who had always been very wise, suddenly lost her intelligence. She can't understand, what does that mean? What are the jokes of the imperial sisters? She looked at herself and seemed to have nothing to do with her, so she sat on the swing, with nothing to do, why not take a look at the outside world? Who are the 10 most beautiful ladies on this continent? If there were a list of the top 10 cutest and adorable girls, would she be on the list herself? Thinking of this, Naxita couldn't help but smile warmly at the corner of her mouth. Naxita was leisurely inside, but the wise men outside the teaching house were frightened. They don't know what the gods are up to. Inventory the top 10 stunning moments. Will the gods become so bored? So, this group of academic waste is anxiously looking at the sky, wanting to know what the true purpose of the gods is it to prevent them from creating gods? Fengdan. The Aficular Theater. Funina is extremely nervous. What's the situation? Why did this huge terror suddenly fall from the sky? Did the act of playing the role of a deity be discovered by the heavens? Is this to punish oneself? Funina was in a panic, holding her head and her eyes blank, almost scared to tears. She can only pray that Violet can handle everything. And the Water Dragon King Novelet was also anxious and unable to speculate on the intentions of the heavenly god. And, Novelet cannot communicate with it. Even when attempting to forcefully unravel the mystery and uncover a glimmer of truth with one's mind, one gets hurt. He trembled all over, and the ripples in his hands condensed into ice, spewing out old blood on the ground. Tianji, unpredictable. Navelet's face was heavy, and the corners of his mouth were stained with blood. This sentence stunned Funina and the entire theater. They looked up at the sky in disbelief, not knowing what the gods were up to. Until text appears. After reading the content clearly, Funina finally calmed down. She dared to stand up, pick up the deity of water god again, and pretended to be forced to say. "Ha ha ha, my people, I have long guessed that it is natural to reward us. Come on, let's witness together. Is there anyone from Fengdan on the list?" With Funina's words, Fengdan can relax and look forward to who can make it to the list together. And Navelet pretended to be calm and vigilantly looked at the sky. Not right. There is no intention of rewarding the Maple Dan people in this way towards him. He is extremely certain that the one in the sky is countless times stronger than heavenly principles. He is still vigilant, always protecting Fengdan. Protect Maple Dan. It's unbelievable. After serving as the presiding judge for 500 years, my Violet actually has the idea of protection. P.S. The new book sets sail, the author is starving to death, kneeling for flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Breaking through and updating. Chapter 7. Confident ladies, you are truly Wukong. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At the same time, the rest of the Genshin Impact world. Shifen Cathedral, Liyue Port, Wangshu Inn, Qingce Village and other places have also turned from shock to anticipation. Everyone is hoping that people from their own region can make it to the list. If there are rewards for those on the list, their region may also receive blessings. So, people from various regions are speculating who can make it to the list. Our leader of the Shifen Knights piano troupe is definitely on the list, at least in the top 3. Lord Ningguang, it's natural for you not to be on the list. I, the Eightfold Divine Son, will definitely be on the list. My lady, it's the face of fools. If I don't make it to the list, who will make it? The Genshin Impact world is full of excitement, and other worlds are not calm. Hokage world. Hui Bisho was also scared and fainted. Although the lecherous fairy and Naruto were not scared and fainted, they were all covered in goosebumps. This extreme terror, even Zilai, one of the 3 ninjas, is now panicking. Naruto's face was terrified, as he watched the sky tremble and tremble. Even the 9 tails inside his body were scared out of their wits at this moment. All ninja villages are like formidable enemies, heavyweight figures such as Hokage, Reikage, and Mizukage are all pounding in their hearts. Until text appeared in the sky, the pressure was reduced significantly. Zilai also held his arms and stepped on Toad Zhong's head, and Lihaha began to pretend. Little devil. With your embarrassing appearance, what qualifications do you have for me to teach you? You, who are so weak, are still very young. After hearing this, Naruto clenched his fist and was very dissatisfied. He leapt onto the head of Toad Loyalty, grabbed Zelaya's hair and refused to let go, begging for Zelaya to teach him in vain. Zilai couldn't bear it anymore and patted Naruto's little brain vigorously, pointing to the sky and saying, "Hello, let's take a look at the inventory on the rooftop first. After reading it, I'll consider teaching you something." Naruto had no choice but to sit cross-legged on Toad Tata's head, just like Zilai, and together they looked up at the sky, waiting to list the top 10 most beautiful imperial sisters in the Tibet continent. One Piece World. Due to the appearance of the sky curtain, waves poured in one after another. The Sunny, which was sailing at sea, was shaken by the wind. A great fear descended from the sky, causing Luffy and others to look into the sky in terror. The whole ship was on standby, and Sauron stood at the bow with his sword drawn, ready to fight at any time. Although Soren looks brave, in fact, he is extremely panicked and anxious. What's going on with this fear that is tens of millions of times stronger than the general green pheasant bull? Robin also frowned and let out a desperate sigh. "Luffy, that's all for us today." Luffy nervously swallowed his saliva, knowing that Robin was not joking. It was a terrifying force he couldn't handle, far beyond his grandfather Cap's terrifying power. In an instant, the Sunny was filled with despair. Until 2 lines of text appeared in the sky. Yamaji, with his sharp eyes, couldn't help but burst out laughing. "It's not an enemy. Don't panic, it's an inventory of mysterious powers. List the memes of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in the Tibet continent. So I need to take a good look at what's going on. Tibet's elder sister, are you beautiful with Namison and Robin sauce?" At this moment, Brook also noticed and immediately joined Sanji's ranks, laughing heartily. Seeing the two of them being so indecent, Nami immediately slapped 2 big bags on their heads. "Shut up, everyone." Luffy and others also relaxed, and laughter echoed from the ship again. At this point, Usopp also had the courage to speak. "Luffy, guess what the jokes are about Tibet's sisters? They might be very ugly, and the aesthetic taste of the one in the sky might be different from ours." Luffy wiped his nose and smiled seriously. I don't know what the joke is. But their looks. I guess they all look like Alita's chubby guy, big cake face." Luffy's hearty laughter drifted freely on the sea. On the side of the world government, they can't laugh. They were intimidated by the fear in the sky. The Marshal of the Navy has issued a first-level alert, and all naval forces have gathered in Marinfando. Be prepared, if there is any abnormality in the sky, all navies will immediately launch an attack. Dragon Ball World. The Turtle Fairy was frightened by the phantom in the sky, causing his mind to tremble and his face to show shock. Qin was scared when he saw the teacher, and he even wanted to run away. Only Wukong is eager to try and compete with the one in the sky. The Turtle Fairy has a desire to cry, so quickly stop it. "Wukong, Wukong. You must not die." At this moment, the Turtle Fairy saw the changes in the sky, and text appeared on the sky curtain. After reading the text clearly, the Turtle Fairy immediately lay down again. "I've come back to life, thank you for the gift from the gods." And when Qin saw it, he collapsed to the ground, panting heavily for the rest of his life. But Wukong didn't understand and scratched his head. "Yujia, do you mean to be very good at fighting? P.S. The new book sets sail, the author is starving to death, kneeling for flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Breaking through and updating. Chapter 8. Everyone's expectations, the 10th place is about to be counted. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Detective Conan World. Maori Detective Office. Mori Kogoro, Fei Yingli, Xiaolan, and Death Elementary School student Conan all felt extremely nervous. They frowned and looked outside, thinking that something big had happened, which triggered the sixth sense. When Mori Kogoro saw the sky curtain, he was so shocked that his tongue extended half a meter. Oh my, it's really the end of the world. Ingli. Xiaolan. Run quickly. Conan was also extremely frightened, pulling Xiaolan and wanting to run. However, the next second, Mori Kogoro calmly sat down, opened a can of beer, and regained his composure. And, the gaze of Kogoro Mori became somewhat off, some excited. Fei Ingli, Xiaolan, and Conan followed his gaze and also saw those 2 lines of text. I'm speechless in an instant. Fei Ingli and Xiaolan, mother and daughter, began to roast about Maori and neglect their work. And Conan began to analyze the principle behind the appearance of this canopy. The masterpiece of the thief kid. The latest technology from the FBI. Or is it a conspiracy of the black organization? There can't be any other gods in this world besides his death god, right? Inuyasha world. Maitreya, Inuyasha, and Ali all looked at the sky in terror, thinking it was some kind of big demon haunting them. As a result, the terrifying phantom turned into a canopy and 2 lines of characters appeared. After seeing it clearly, Master Maitreya became excited. Hee, it really broadens my horizons. The meme of the Imperial Sisters. Speaking of the Tibet continent, what is it? Forget it, forget it. If you have fun, you can watch it. Hee, today is really worth it. After realizing Maitreya's laziness, Inuyasha took out his weapon, iron broken teeth, and said angrily. Hey, be careful, maybe it's a big demon's illusion. Compared to Maitreya Mage's excitement, Inuyasha felt that some powerful guy was playing with them. And Ali was also very cautious, tightly grasping Inuyasha's arm. Crayon Little New World. A family of 4 are praying in the open courtyard, not a serious earthquake or other geological disaster. A house or something is no longer important, being able to live is the most important thing. Just as the family was extremely nervous, a canopy suddenly appeared in the sky. Xiaoxin looked up curiously and saw the 2 lines of text clearly. My face turned red with a swish. He immediately hugged his potato face with joy. Dad, Mom, and Xiaobai, don't worry. It's for us to see fun things. Mom Maya, Dad Guangxi, and Xiaobai slowly walked out of fear and looked up together. After confirming that Xiaoxin was right, the family breathed a sigh of relief and returned to their original state. The family sat in the yard, waiting for the inventory of the canopy. See if it's a dream or reality. City Hunter World. Liu Liao has already panicked a lot. He just wanted to take a look at aerobic exercise. Does God treat him like this? Thunder roared overhead, and the heavens still want to strike themselves with lightning. Not so much. Kazumura was also startled and turned his head to look at Kazuyu Liao. After speaking, have you offended some big shot? Liu Liao died innocently. He is usually so busy and obsessed with work. How could he have the time to offend any big shot? Just as the 2 of them were swallowing and spitting in fear. A canopy appears in the sky and 2 lines of text appear. Liu Liao squinted his eyes and after seeing it clearly, he was overjoyed. It turns out that God is not going to punish me, but to reward hardworking me. Where is the meme for inventorying the Tibet continent? Are you really looking forward to it? Pokémon World. Shallow Blue City. Due to the immense terror falling from the sky, the investigation of theft cases has been suspended, and the onlookers have all fled in a flash. Xiaoji looked at Pikachu, who was scared to the bone in his arms, and knew that there must be something in the sky. Can we say that a divine beast has appeared? Xiao Gang also furrowed his brows and summoned out both the big rock snake and the little fist stone, ready to stand guard. Police officer Miss Junsha held her gun and held it up in the sky, standing in front of Xiaoji and Xiaojiang. After all, as a police officer, protecting the people is her top responsibility. At this moment, the sky appeared and 2 lines of text appeared before their eyes. List the memes of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in Tibet continent. All those who make it to the list will receive rewards. This left Miss Junsha confused. Ah! Xiao Ji and Pikachu were also dumbfounded. Ah! Only Xiao Jiang, clasping his fists, placed them on his dark square face. Ah haha, inventory the memes of the most beautiful ladies, so much to look forward to. Xiao Ji looked at Xiao Jiang's appearance and shook his head in silence. Xiao Jiang, did we fall victim to Pokémon illusion? Isn't it Pippi following us to cause trouble? At this moment, Xiaoxia also ran over and grabbed her waist, shouting at Xiao Jiang. Yeah, something's wrong. Where is Tibet continent? I haven't even heard of it. Is it in any other world? Counting people from other worlds, how could it be possible? Xiao Jiang, please calm down. I'll let the water stars wake you up. P.S. The new book sets sail, the author is starving to death, kneeling for flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Breaking through and updating. Chapter 9. Although there is a meme, how can one be considered a senior sister? You are listening at Novel Full.audio. At this moment, the sky suddenly flickered with golden light. The curtain unfolded, almost covering half of the sky, allowing the audience to see more clearly and immerse themselves in it. Rows of golden characters stand out, and a cold white sound echoes from the system, echoing throughout the heavens. Every word emits a dazzling golden light, even creatures who cannot understand the text can understand its meaning. It has stirred up waves for the heavens and all realms. The dandelion that brushes over the mountains is a heavy burden carried by rocks, it's the fine spring rain after the awakening of insects, it's a clear spring in the desert, it is a flat boat amidst towering waves, it is freedom, responsibility, and warmth, it is pure love, an unparalleled empathy of humanity. The list of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in the Tibet continent is officially starting. 10th place. Leaving clouds to borrow the wind, true Lord idle clouds. Genshin Impact World. After the name of Xianyun was exposed by the sky curtain. Those who have heard of Lu Yun borrowing the wind from the true Lord, and those who know Xianyun, are all amazed. Liu Port. The heavenly power star in the 7 stars of the glass moon shines brightly. With his right hand fanning, he looked at the sky in disbelief. Confirmed to be a fairy staying in the clouds, borrowing the wind, true Lord leisurely clouds. This makes the rich woman very puzzled. Taking stock of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in the Tibet continent, why are 2 pieces of poultry meat really on the list? With 2 pieces of poultry meat. Why can she be called one of the most beautiful imperial sisters? Surprised, Ningguang remained calm. She is radiant and more beautiful than most women. So, she thinks it's safe for herself to be on the list. One of the 7 stars of the glass moon that stayed up all night again, the Jade Heng star is carved clear. Stretching lazily, yawning. When the sky curtain appeared, she was busy with work, and even if the sky collapsed, it didn't affect her work progress. Until the sentence from the sky curtain. Ranked 10th in the list of the top 10 most beautiful ladies in the Tibet continent. Leaving clouds, borrowing the wind, true Lord, idle clouds. Immortal. Xianyun. Kaching's beautiful eyes stared at the boss, instantly feeling no longer sleepy. A heart that wants to eat melon soars to the heart. Unexpectedly, the 10th most beautiful meme among Tibet's top 10 ladies is actually that woman. Wow. Even the meme that I, Kuching, know is definitely a fairy on the list. No, I'm going to buy a golden shrimp balls, and see why Lu Yun borrows Fengxinjuan is on the list, and who are the 9 places above her. Special Intelligence Officer Yilan is currently tasting dewy shrimp. She felt that today's dish was not spicy enough, so she simply chewed off the cloud pepper for free. She ate spicy food, savoring the spicy feeling, while looking at the sky. Since the mysterious phantom appeared in the sky, she has been investigating this matter. As a result, nothing was achieved. When she saw that Tianmu wanted to list the memes of the imperial sisters, she finally felt relieved. Find a place to eat. She tasted the shrimp while paying attention to the sky. I am very curious about who the first person on the list is. When the immortal's name was exposed and she learned that Xianyun was on the list, Yilan instantly felt that the chili in her mouth was no longer fragrant. Why can immortals make it to the list? So Yilan stuffed a big handful of jueyun pepper into her mouth and carefully stared at the sky. Want to see Xianyun, why is she on the list? 2 pieces of poultry meat, where is the imperial sister? One of Xianyun's disciples, Ganyu, the secretary of Liyue Qixing, is now foolish. Ah! Master actually made it onto the list. Elegant and serene, sweet rain with a gentle temperament, and sweet cries of surprise. She lowered the silly hair on her head, paused her work, and looked at the sky in great surprise. Her impression of the master is very strict. Master, where is the imperial sister? So out of curiosity, Ganyu walked to the window and silently waited for the scene of the sky curtain. Looking forward to the sky curtain, which side of the master will be presented to everyone. Aunt Shenhe's white hair was once again mistaken for a fairy. So far from the sight of ordinary people. After arriving at a hidden place, she heard the master's name. She looked up at the sky and was shocked to see the master's full name. She was extremely surprised. So my master is so insightful. So my master is the beautiful imperial sister. So, Shenhe sat down and waited quietly for the inventory of the sky curtain, silently studying. The giant mandrill is eating almond curd at Wangshu Inn. Eating the only food he can taste. He has his own perspective on the matter of the sky curtain, thinking that it must be a prank created by some boring god. When Tianmu began to take inventory, the 10th place was actually Luyun borrowing the wind. When Jinjuan leisurely clouds, Xiaoke felt so surprised. What a shock! Ah! How could Luyun make it on the list? Why? Xi's face was calm and ordinary, but a huge uproar had already stirred up in his heart. My heart is already full of excitement. Mandrill put down his spoon. Compared with the barely edible almond curd, he began to be interested in the contents of the Tianmu inventory. Shishing Hall. Puff. Zhongli, who was sipping tea calmly, almost couldn't hold his teacup firmly when he learned that Lu Yun borrowed the wind to make the list. P.S. The new book set sail, the author is starving to death, kneeling for flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Breaking through and updating. Chapter 10. The sound of doubts, coming from all heavens and all realms. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Shishing Hall. After hearing his old friend's name on the list, Zhongli was shocked and sprayed tea out half a meter high. A few pieces of tea sprayed out, at least losing 1,000 moles. The Rock King Emperor, who had an elegant demeanor, knew etiquette and rules, was shocked at the moment and had lost his composure. He never imagined that his old friend, Lu Yun borrowing wind, could actually make it onto the list. The Rock King Emperor, who knows the past and the present, can't figure it out at this moment. Such a big bird, although it has a stem, how can it be considered an imperial sister? Walnut, on the other hand, hugged his shoulder with a clear expression. Hee, Zhong like Qing, I can't believe that the immortal has actually made it to the list. However, you don't have to be so surprised. Maybe our sect leader can also make it to the list. Zhongli, poo-poo. If the Dragon King roars, walnuts. Cut. Walnut white eyes, at this point. 2 immortals studying how to make kites in the mountains. Jianyue Zhuyang Jinjuan and Lishui Daishan Jinjuan also learned the news that Xianyun was on the list at this time. The 2 immortals are confused. Ah! It's not like the real gentleman who knows us, Lu Yun, borrowing the wind, leisurely clouds. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Haven't we met Lu Yun yet? She has a bad temper, why is she on the list? Mount Aozong. Ahem, Lu Yun, in the form of two beasts, sneezed with the help of the wind. She looked around and knew that someone was speaking ill of her. Just as she was about to take it seriously, she was also attracted by the sky curtain. Because she heard her name. I was already shocked enough just now, shocked by the power of the sky curtain. Now it's even more shocking. Ah! This immortal. I actually made it to the list. Huh, truly worthy of being an immortal. Lu Yun borrowed the wind and quickly found a bunch of snacks, waiting to see his prosperous beauty while eating. Let's see which transformation is on the list and use it in the future. No. This is a meme for inventorying the immortal. Isn't it the death of the guild? Just as Lu Yun borrowed the wind and Jinjuan was feeling uneasy. In the voice of amazement in the Genshin Impact world, Tianmu began to slowly play the video edited by Su Ming. Since the name has been exposed, there is naturally a scene of Wang Lu Yun borrowing the name of Feng Jinjuan. Meme Encyclopedia. That woman. Let those you know and those you don't know take a look. Lu Yun borrows the wind, true lord. Who is Xian Yun? So, the sky began to play a colorful scene. In a peaceful bustling city. Wanmin Hall. The traveler and Xiangling are discussing Keqing. Suddenly, a low-key voice came from outside. It's suddenly so noisy outside. Xiangling was the first to notice and was startled as she walked out the door. Ah! What a big bird! Pai Meng furrowed his brow, with a helpless expression in his eyes. Ah! It's that woman. The idle cloud in the form of two pieces of poultry meat, towering above, taught a lesson without good temper. Bold, which woman? I have a name and a surname, and I am the true ruler who borrowed the wind from the clouds. The scene of the sky curtain paused for a moment, and the names were marked under the two pieces of poultry meat. To showcase to the heavens and all realms, this is the immortal on the list who is very good at chatting with the true king. Xian Yun. Once the form of the crane is exposed, the Genshin Impact world is fine, and all other worlds are fried. Ah! Zelaya. A crane, although it has a stem, what is its relationship with the imperial sister? Naruto Vortex. Unforgivable, even the gods cannot play with us. I have been looking forward to it for a long time. Damn it. Sanji. If you don't understand, then ask, are immortals very strong? Sun Wukong. Indeed, it's the big demon playing with us. Inuyasha. Damn it. How dare you play tricks on the famous detective Kogoro? I want to report it to the police. Mori Kogoro. It's very unethical for you to deceive the elderly like this, you know. Gui Xianren. You're deceiving children, that's too bad. Shinosuk Noera. I'm so disappointed. Ryuyu Liao. There is only one truth. The thief kid is your conspiracy, right? I will crack your technique. Conan. Big Bird. It's a Pokémon, right? It feels like BB's better than a bird. Xiao Ji. Woo, I'm so disappointed. Xiao Jiang. Although there were voices of questioning, the screen continued to play. In just a few seconds, the world fell silent. Because, Tianmu is starting to play the reason why Xian Yun is on the list. The appearance of Xian Yun's imperial sister. Amazing. Mount Aozong. The immortal mansion on the hanging island. A tall figure caught everyone's eye. The black fabric, wrapped from top to bottom, is heart-pounding. There are two green-striped cloaks on the soft shoulders, showcasing a fairy-like temperament and high taste. The idle cloud in the form of an imperial sister is a perfect S-shaped curve. She even wore a pair of mature red boxed glasses, it's too foul. As soon as her image was revealed, all doubts disappeared. But instead, there was a heart-pounding sound. P.S. The new book sets sail, the author is starving to death, kneeling for flowers, evaluation tickets, and rewards. Breaking through and updating.